Welcome back to the channel. I'm really glad you're here because today we're going deep into a fascinating update from the internet computer ecosystem, something that could redefine how privacy and data security are handled on-chain. So if you've ever wondered how blockchains can evolve from just transparent ledgers to full-fledged privacy-preserving global computers, then stick around because we're unpacking what's happening with the internet computer's VetKeys technology. We'll look at why these tests are such a big deal, what exactly VetKeys are, and how they could unlock a new level of adoption for AI, enterprise, and data-sensitive applications on-chain. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Always do your own research and consult a professional before making any investment decisions. Let's start with what kicked this off. Recently, a new proposal was dropped in the Internet Computer's governance system. Basically, a plan to enable one of its subnets to start using production-level VetKeys. Now, at first glance, that might sound like technical jargon, but behind that proposal is a lot of behind-the-scenes progress that's been quietly unfolding. Over the past several weeks, they've been running extensive tests on a specific subnet to validate how VetKeys would function in practice. This isn't just theoretical. They've been putting the whole process through its paces, generating master keys, running backups, and simulating the entire flow of secure key derivation. Now that this test phase proved successful, they're proposing to graduate to the next step, deploying VetKeys into actual production use. And when you see a project like Internet Computer moving something this big into real-world use, it's worth paying attention. Let's zoom out for a second. In the crypto and blockchain world, it's not enough for a project to build something cool. It needs real utility, real demand. We've all seen projects that spent millions, even billions, developing complex tech that nobody actually ends up using. So the question is, does VetKeys solve a real problem? And the answer, once you understand what it does, is a clear yes. VetKeys address a huge gap in blockchain, the balance between decentralization and privacy. If you've followed the Internet Computer for a while, you know it's not just another smart contract platform. It's designed to be a world computer, capable of running entire apps, AI models, and services fully on-chain. But big organizations, think healthcare systems, corporations, educational platforms, aren't going to put sensitive data on a blockchain without ironclad privacy. That's exactly where VetKeys come in. Let's demystify the term. VetKeys stands for Verifiably Encrypted Threshold Keys. It's a mouthful, but the meaning is actually pretty elegant. In simple terms, VetKeys are a system that allows the Internet Computer to handle secret data securely, verifiably, and on demand without exposing those secrets to the rest of the network. This is huge because it lets developers build things like secure messaging, encrypted file storage, confidential AI processing, and more, all natively on a blockchain. The technology powering this is called VetKD, that's Verifiably Encrypted Threshold Key Derivation. It's basically a framework for splitting cryptographic keys into multiple pieces, distributing those pieces across different nodes, and using them together to encrypt or decrypt data. The magic is that at no point is any single node holding the full secret. This means that developers get threshold encryption, threshold decryption, and signing. The holy grail for any privacy-focused blockchain app. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Unlike centralized cloud services like AWS or Google Cloud, blockchains are inherently transparent. That's a strength when you want verifiable transactions, but it's a liability when you want to keep private business data, medical records, or proprietary AI models confidential. So picture this. An AI startup wants to run its algorithm on the Internet Computer because it's cheaper, faster, and more decentralized than AWS. But they can't afford to expose their model weights or their training data to the entire network. With VetKeys, they can encrypt that data in a way that even the nodes doing the computing can't see the raw info. This is a massive unlock for real-world adoption because corporations and institutions have been waiting for this piece of the puzzle, the ability to put sensitive workloads on-chain while keeping them private. The interesting part is how methodical the Internet Computer team has been. Let's look at the numbers. When you dig into the subnets they've been testing VetKeys on, the scale jumps out. One of the subnets started with around 81,000 canisters. Remember, on the Internet computer, a canister is their version of a smart contract. Since the VetKeys tests began in 2023, that number has grown to over 92,000. That's roughly 10,000 new canisters deployed as they fine-tune this technology. Even more eye-opening is the subnet that went live in September 2024. That one went from 0 to 20,000 canisters in just a year. And it's not just the canister count, the transaction throughput exploded too. In September 2024 alone, the network's transactions per second jumped from around 2,000 to nearly 9,000. That's a 4x spike in activity, lining up exactly with the ramp-up of VetKeys integration and testing. This shows us that VetKeys aren't just theory. They're driving real usage, real development, and more load on the Internet computer's infrastructure. All right, let's break down a bit of the cryptographic magic. Don't worry, I'll keep it high level. The Internet computer leverages something called BLS signatures, a type of digital signature that's super compact, quick to compute, and well-suited to distributed systems. In a threshold setting, keys are split up across nodes. When you need to sign or decrypt something, the nodes each generate a signature share. These shares are then combined to create a single valid signature or decryption key, but no single node ever has the whole thing. This is the basis for how VetKeys can enable distributed key management services, or DKMSs, on-chain. Users can generate, retrieve, and share keys across devices and with other users, all while keeping the raw key material hidden from any individual node or party. So instead of just encrypting data on one device, you can encrypt it, store it on-chain, access it from anywhere, and securely share access with others, all with cryptographic proof that your data hasn't been tampered with. Now, let's talk about why this matters beyond the techies. Imagine you're a healthcare provider with thousands of patient records. Right now, you rely on centralized servers, which means a data breach could expose everything. With VetKeys, you could encrypt every record on-chain, share access with specific doctors or insurers, and revoke that access instantly if needed. Or take an enterprise AI team that wants to train models on confidential data. They could host the whole pipeline on the Internet computer, knowing their proprietary datasets are never exposed. Even everyday apps benefit. Think secure messaging, password managers, or private cloud storage, all verifiable and permissioned on-chain. The potential is huge, and unlike a lot of blockchain buzzwords, this is already being built and tested. So what's the Internet computer team doing next? Based on the latest proposals, they're planning to ramp up from under 40 subnets to around 60. That's nearly doubling the network's capacity. This expansion is meant to handle not just VetKeys, but also other big bets like on-chain AI capabilities and privacy-focused smart contracts. And remember, Internet Computer already has Internet Identity, their take on a decentralized single sign-on. Combine that with VetKeys, and you get a powerful toolkit for developers and enterprises to manage access, permissions, and secure data flows. Before we wrap up, let's zoom out. Privacy has been one of the biggest barriers to enterprise adoption of blockchain. Without robust privacy tools, companies won't move critical workloads on-chain. It's just too risky. VetKeys could be the breakthrough that makes the Internet computer truly useful for data-sensitive industries, from healthcare and finance to AI startups and global corporations. And the data shows the community is using it. The growing number of smart contracts, the transaction spikes, all point to real momentum. All right, let's bring this home. VetKeys is more than just another upgrade. It's a critical piece that bridges the gap between public blockchains and real-world, privacy-demanding applications. It's how the Internet computer can evolve from just another smart contract platform to a true world computer, one where you can trust your data stays yours, even when it's running on a decentralized network. So keep an eye on the subnets, the proposals, and the community testing this out, because when this goes live at scale, it might just change how we think about cloud computing, privacy, and what blockchains can really do. So, what do you think about ICP's current position? Are you bullish on its growth in AI and DeFi? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found value in this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more breakdowns like this. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay cautious, and I'll catch you in the next one.